Hello, everyone, and a very big welcome to all the learners across the globe. It is rightly said, don't be a rock, work like a clock. That we should keep on working, we should keep on moving like a clock, and should not sit idle or sit at one place like a rock. So, on this note only, let's start our today's tutorial. In our today's tutorial, we'll talk about verbs and its types. So let's get started. So let's start with first of all, what is actually a verb? Let's start with the definition of the verb. Any word that tells about an action taking place, physical action or mental action, that is actually called a verb. वो वर्ड्स जो हमें एक्शंस के बारे में बता रहे हैं, चाहे वो एक्शन फिजिकल है चाहे वो मेंटल है, दैट वर्ड इज कॉल्ड अ वर्ब. See the examples: run, write, talk, walk. These words are telling us about the physical action taking place, and the words like think, guess, consider, realize, they tell us about the mental action taking place. That is why they are all called verbs. Since they tell us about actions happening around, so that is why they are also called action words. Verbs also tell us about the state of being: is, am, are, was, were, will, etc. किसी भी सब्जेक्ट का स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग, वो किस हालत में है या कहाँ है, दैट इज ऑल्सो reflected by the verb itself. These are the examples: is, am, are, was, were, will, etc. So let's understand them with better examples, with more examples in detail. Let's see some example. First, let's talk about the physical action words. He writes beautifully. I walk for an hour daily. She sells vegetables. Allison bought a ticket. Children can cry over petty things. The queen talked to the mirror. All these words like writes, walk, sells, bought, cry, talk, and many, many more, these are all the examples of physical actions taking place, because in this your body is also involved in the action that is being taken place. So these are also called verbs. Now let's see some examples of the mental actions taking place. She considers the job done. Peter guessed the right number. I thought the same thing. He realized his mistake later. Everyone was surprised at Bieber's wisdom. The news shocked all. So all these words: considers, guessed, thought, realized, surprised, shocked. These are involving your brain activities. They are more mentally done actions. That is why they are mental actions, but they are come under the category of verbs only. Now let's see some of the examples of state of being. I am a teacher. Denver is a famous city. He was at the market when I called. It was a joke. Shakespeare is the greatest writer of all times. Winters are severe in Canada. The words like am, is, was, are, all these are examples of state of being of verbs, because they are telling us about that how, in what condition or where that subject is. So let's move on to the types of verbs. Broadly categorized, verbs are of two types: finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Finites and non-finite separately, they are having their own subcategories as well. Let's see about them also. Subcategories of finite verbs. transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, and auxiliary verbs. These are all the subcategories of finite verbs. Now let's see the subcategories of non-finite verbs. Infinitives, gerunds, and participles are the three subcategories of non-finite verb. About the subcategories, there will be a separate tutorial. In this tutorial, we will focus about what are finite and non-finite verbs only. First of all, let's see what are finite verbs actually. Finite means bound. This verb works in accordance with the subject. ये वर्ब जो होता है सब्जेक्ट के साथ वेल कोऑर्डिनेटेड और वेल कनेक्टेड होता है. अगर सब्जेक्ट में कोई चेंज आता है तो वो फाइनाइट वर्ब पे भी रिफ्लेक्ट होता है. लेट्स सी हाउ इट चेंजेस. द फाइनाइट वर्ब चेंजेस अकॉर्डिंग टू द टेंस, whether it is past, present or future, according to the number of persons or person in that sentence, whether it is a first person, second person or third person, and also it changes according to the number of the subjects in the sentence, whether it is a singular subject or whether it is a plural subject. So all these changes in the subject are reflected in the finite verbs. Since it is the main verb of a sentence, so it helps us to complete the structure of the sentence. It is of utmost importance for a sentence. Let's understand these changes and the finite verbs more with more examples. See the examples of non-finite verb, that how it changes as per the tense, whether it is present tense, past tense or future tense. The children play in the park. Here the word play reflects the present tense. The children played in the park. Here the word played reflects the past tense. So according to the tense also the finite verb changes. It changes as per the person. He jogs daily. I jog daily. According to the first person or the second person, the verb finite verb changes. Changes as per the number of the subject in a sentence. That horse is grazing. Here the subject horse is singular, that is why we are using is. Those horses are grazing. In this sentence the subject has changed to plural, that is why the verb is are. Now let's discuss about the non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs actually they are not bound with the subject at all. They rather act as a noun, adverb or adjective in a sentence. They do not talk about any action done by the subject. They are definitely not the main verb of the sentence, and they do not indicate any tense, mood or gender also. They are used in the sentence just to enhance the sentence, to give it a more appropriate meaning. Let's see the examples of the non-finite verbs. How it is used as a noun. Walking is a good exercise. Smoking is injurious to health. As an adjective, the sleeping puppy looks cute. It was a tiring job. As an adverb, Alphonse went to Japan to study. Let's revise the main points of the finite and the non-finite verbs. Finite verb is bound with the subject. Non-finite is not any accordance with the subject. And finite verb, it changes according to the subject, whereas the non-finites, they do not change. Finite verb, they reflect the tense of the sentence, whereas the non-finites do not perform any such function. Finite is the main verb of the sentence, whereas the non-finites acts as noun, adjective or adverb to give it a more appropriate meaning to the sentence. The three forms of the finite verbs are transitive, intransitive, and auxiliary, whereas for non-finites it is infinitives, gerunds, and participles. So that's all for today's friends. Thank you so much for watching. And for regular updates from my channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much for watching.